You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, we got breaking news in here. And really, if you're Lamar Jackson, I mean, you're coming out public with this now. But this is not a good sign for Lamar. And I'll talk about why. I was actually exporting a video. It was converting, and it was almost done to upload on Lamar Jackson when this dropped. I had to cancel that video to make this one because, there's breaking news. Now, right now, the NFL league meetings are going on, so I'm going to incorporate some of that video into this one, or the news from there, because in light of this, that looks even worse. But now we're learning, and this is straight from Lamar, and this is breaking. This is fresh. Lamar Jackson has announced he wants a trade. He's going public that he wants a trade from Baltimore. Now, here's the issue. He requested it on March 2nd. That's 25 days ago. Now, he's going public with it. I don't know if he thinks that's going to put pressure on Baltimore or maybe another team. But look, the whole league has to know this. They have to have known this, for crying out loud, because the franchise tag came after this news. Remember that? The non-exclusive franchise tag? Let's look at this, and then I've got a story that came from Peter King, and this is not good for Lamar. It truly is not. A letter to my fans. I want to first thank you all for all of the love and support you consistently show towards me. All of you are amazing, and I appreciate y'all so much. I want you to know not to believe everything you read about me. Let me personally answer your questions. In regards to my future, my future plans, as of March 2nd, I requested a trade from the Ravens organization, for which the Ravens have not been interested in meeting my value. Any and everyone that has met me or been around me know I love the game of football, and my dream is to help a team win a Super Bowl. You all are great, but I had to make a business decision that was best for my family and I. No matter how far I go or where my career takes me, I'll continue to be close to my fans of Baltimore Flock Nation and the entire state of Maryland. You'll see me again. Okay. Now, there's no coincidence. He dropped that while the Ravens, there's John Harbaugh right there. This was from the league meetings. This is NFL media. I can see Albert Breer right there. In fact, this is NFL media. I think that's Tom Pelissero, but maybe I'm not sure. I can't for sure see that, but I think it is. They're all sitting around John Harbaugh when this news comes out that Lamar goes public. The media is meeting with Harbaugh as if that's going to set well with the Ravens. But okay, or frankly, after seeing what Peter King's got to say, that may not set well with other teams either. Because this is what Peter King had to say from Arizona. If Lamar wants a long-term deal and or an offer sheet from another team, he needs to do something to alter the current status quo, because the current status quo is quiet. Here's what Peter King had to say about the issue in his latest edition of Football Morning in America. This is PFT, by the way. Filed from Phoenix. Quote, not a soul here is even whispering about the prospect of Jackson getting an offer sheet, and there's no signs of talks between the Ravens and Jackson to rekindle contract discussions. Lamar's only chance of changing the existing dynamic is to hire an agent. And while recent events reasonably should make him more inclined to do so, there's a chance he's more determined not to. If he doesn't, it's unlikely that anyone will try to sign him to an offer sheet, especially given the real possibility that the Ravens would match. Now, let us go back to the day, I believe it was the day of the official opening period of tampering and this and that and the other, and it came out that they was probably going to give him the non-exclusive franchise tag. That started percolating, or maybe it was actually the start of the league year, and they actually offered or put the non-exclusive franchise tag on him. All these teams come out. All these teams come out and said, we're not interested publicly. Now, that means the NFL and all these teams have known that Lamar Jackson was available by trade for about 2 weeks then. They knew he was available by trade for 2 weeks then. I mean, the word had to have gotten out. He requested a trade to the Ravens. He just went public right here. And there's no word, there's no whispers, there's nothing out of the league meetings, which is one big, you see all those media members down there, all those insiders are down there. It's because it's just like the combine. This is open season. The next day, 2, 3, it's going to be NFL news that is just going to start just pouring out of the league meetings. Lamar Jackson was going to be a big part of that news. You know, there's word out there that everybody's rubbed the wrong way, that he doesn't have an agent, that he wants the Deshaun Watson deal. It's got to get pretty serious when teams publicly are like, no. And it's not even collusion. It's not. It's a bunch of teams saying Deshaun Watson deal was a blatant outlier and it was a mistake. Don't expect us to make the same mistake. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do that. They're not happy with a player wanting to negotiate. It's one thing, I said it the other day, for a cornerback or even a tackle, Laramie Tunsil or somebody like that, to negotiate a $75 million deal or talk about it and get it done. It's another thing for it to be $250 million. That's something else. That's the kind of contract that an owner is going to have to get very involved with, and they got to put money over into escrow for the guarantees, all of that kind of thing, because the contract is so large, there's a lot of moving parts, and they want Lamar to have an agent to handle all of that. Not to mention everything that went on at the end of the year. So there we are. Lamar Jackson he asked for a trade on the 2nd. This is not a great look. 25 days since he asked for a trade. He comes out publicly. Okay, you come out publicly, but you've had no teams try to trade for you. And you know it's been out there how long? It's a bad deal. Now, if he backs off the fully guaranteed demand, if he backs off of that, teams will start to get involved. Okay, they will. I think if the money starts dropping in this, I think you could see the Colts get involved. That's a conversation that's talked about now. I don't know, but they're not in a great spot. They're not getting Bryce Young, and they're not getting C.J. Stroud. Colts, Falcons. Okay, Falcons have publicly said we're not going to do it. Colts have been silent. But money can change a lot if the money changes a lot. You know what I mean. And if he hires an agent. You know. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.